How's everybody doing? Everybody here? What's going on, Vinny? Seem okay? No, I was talking a minute ago. I didn't hear anything from you. Just want to go over what's going on for Power Hour. Looking at BYND TSLA, INO, we've had lots of nice runners today, and this afternoon's no exception. Why here's been popping up on the trade idea scan. There's a link to the description down below. This thing just popped up $1.20 out of nowhere, but I don't like how it's acted here over the last few months, so I'm not even interested in it. I mean, it would have to really get up here above $8 with some massive volume, and I just don't like the history of the chart, so I'm not even entertaining that one. NUE, it's just you and I. Just got to keep an eye. Look at that bad boy popped up there above 41. So Beyond had those $100 puts, still have them. Excuse me. Went down as low as 98. Stock's coming back up now, but looking for a little more selling tomorrow as well. So I'm holding those overnight. Zoom, remember I had puts on those, not looking too good. I got rid of some of them. I'm keeping two. I have the 121 and the 120 weekly puts that I got on Friday. I closed out of a 700% on Friday after that big drop here from a 180 all the way down to 156. But I'm not. I closed out of those. I bought some more, and then I closed out of some this morning, and we popped back up. But I'm holding them now for the meantime. I'm also, let me look at a few other things here. Tesla. So I bought the Tesla 900 calls this morning. And we're back up near the highs, but it went all the way to 800. I was going to buy the 800s. Again, the stock was at 730 this morning. I bought them right after the open, or right at the open, but it was stock was around 735, 740, and but the 800s, my gosh, I think they were like $3,500, and I didn't want to lay out that much, so I went up another. I was actually $106 out of money and got the 900s for $1,200. Yeah, I got GNC earlier too. Sorry about that. I've been looking at so much here this afternoon. And then we had this big pullback. We went all the way up to 90 cents and then had this big pullback here to like 75, 77. But, this stock was at, 45 cents here. Been kind of trading sideways. Again, this is another one that's probably going to file for bankruptcy or restructuring, or another stock or another company will probably buy them out. So yeah, I grabbed the $1 calls for, I think, the 15th. I believe it was the 15th. Let's look and see here. I got Tilray this morning too. I got some calls on it. TLRY, the weed stock, and but not doing too good on that now. It was looking good for a while. The whole sector was moving up, so this is kind of a retest here. They're for next week. I'm not selling them yet. They're the no, they're for this Friday. Excuse me. They're the 11 and a half calls. So I'm down quite a bit on them actually. And this morning, actually on Facebook, I bought them on Friday, the 210 calls on Facebook, and they had good news on Friday. They were coming out with a competing software to compete with the Zoom product, and right there around 2 o'clock, their stock popped. Obviously, Zoom's dropped. I was looking good this morning. It was up around 194, and then we've dropped down about $6 here. So we're still inside yesterday's or Friday's candle. We're right here at the 200 SMA. So I'm holding on to those Facebook calls for right now. And John's on, but I'm not listening to him right this second. Although, I don't know. Anyway, we're doing our own thing right now. Me and there's 3 of us. So whoever's listening, thanks for coming on. Just talking some hot stocks. What's going on? Hot trading sectors. The hot stocks of the day: penny stocks, small, mid, and large caps. Trading stocks and options. So we're kind of watching the trade idea scanners here, seeing what's going on. Watching for any breaking news or any stock that's kind of making an end of the day run. No. Don't do that. Yeah, GNC again definitely looked good. I like it. So I'm just kind of surprised we got to 90 and pulled back. We couldn't make it all the way to there to $1. But I think a lot of people will be on this after hours, and we may hit $1 tomorrow. So it's just going to be a quick trade. Nothing I'm looking for long term. All right. INO. I looked at a $10 put on that earlier. Pull that up. So, ever since, let's see, like Tuesday last week, yeah, this thing had got inside of this candle range of this big run back in early March. And we've been running, and then today we hit up into the 16s, and then it violently pulls back. So you can see 1650 and went into the 1280s, 1270s. So I grabbed a few $10 puts on that one. I'm surprised some of these oil names are up today with oil futures that were down earlier. Let's look at SCO. That thing popped up this morning, just kind of went sideways. I'm still holding that one. NUE. We talked about this one here a few minutes ago. And that's a energy company. Is that Nucor Steel? Yeah. I'm just looking around here. Goose. The stock on the bottom right, or excuse me, the window here, this particular scan, the midday mover scan, is kind of my main one to look to. I have a bunch of them on the screen, as you can see. But this one right here, the midday movers, is one that I like to look at for power hour. Look there. RCL. I couldn't click on it in time. The cruise lines. Royal Caribbean. Look at the move this made today. If you look down here, let me redraw some of these lines. Down here to the $40 area. This is coming up for the third retest since the big drop. I mean, you know, this particular one went down to 20. There's one of the other cruise lines, it went down to like $8. So we popped back up here to $50. It pulled back, popped back up. We're coming up for the third time. So I like to say usually a third time's a charm on these particular setups. So if we break through here and hold above, you know, this isn't right to the penny, but you know, right above this area, this supply zone here, then we have a good chance of maintaining that and pushing up towards the $60 level in the coming weeks. But again, the cruise lines still aren't out of the woods yet. They could, they got a bailout from the government, but nobody's going to be anxious to go on a cruise when the economy reopens and everything. You know, I don't think everybody's going to be rushing out to their local port and hopping on a cruise ship to sail around for 7 days. I mean, would you guys want to get on a cruise ship right now? I'm not. I talked about it earlier. And also, this is the biggest earnings week of earnings season. So there's a boatload of companies reporting this week. I mean, some big ones: Apple, Amazon, Facebook. So lots of big stocks reporting. And I'm just going to go look here after the bell at what stocks are reporting. Right here, I like to use Stock Twits to show me what stocks are reporting. There's plenty of sites you can go to: Earnings Whispers, Nasdaq. I just happen to like this one, and I had it up, and why wasn't it up? So anyway, all right. NXPI Semiconductors, LXRX. I actually traded that this morning. GNC dropping more. Oh boy. Oh well. I'm holding it. And I had this sorted here. So we will look at that. That's after the bell. Package. I got that call last week. I got the 85 on it. I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. Over here on this one. We'll pull it up here. I'm going to be transferring, switching up brokers and different things. I'm going to take a look at a few more, and I like Robinhood for options and stuff, but here lately, I don't know what's been going on, but it's just been running real slow. And then 2 months ago, we had the big crash. I have Thinkorswim, but I'm going to look at another one as well, because I'm just getting tired of how slow their site's running. It's a real pain in the you know what. Look, I'm trying to pull up package here, and it's not even doing it. I don't know. Anyway, this is live trading. Whether everything you see on the screen is maybe not see my entry there for some reason here because this is not working right, but please stick around. So PPG, that's another one I like to look at. they do paints and coatings. They make car paint and all kinds of stuff. So again, it's this virus has affected almost. It has affected every sector and every business in some form or fashion. So I mean, again, you look at every chart you pull up, you got the bottom, and then it's kind of popped up a little bit. But until we get the economy reopened, this thing actually is going to, in my opinion, come back down and test these levels down here at the bottom. I'm just saying it. I know it looks like we're out of the woods and we recovered from the March lows, but I just don't see it right now. Yeah, the TOS is great for paper trading, and they do have some nice built-in scanners, some basic ones, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just like for options. I love the Robinhood interface. You don't have to. It's just more steps over there. That's why I like the Robinhood one. But again, their platform's been real laggy here lately, and it's starting to piss me off. All right, so on this GNC right here, again, this is a cheap one, and I'm sure there's some people in here that want to trade penny stocks and penny runners. Right here, the yellow line is the VWAP line, volume weighted average price. VWAP, tomato, however you want to pronounce it. Sorry, I just got alert. I just sold my PKG call that I bought last week, Vinny. I think I was telling you about it. You saw it. But anyway, here on this GNC, I want to see it hold this $73 area, $73 on this pullback. And if you look down here at the volume at the bottom, it hasn't been some violent pullback and 5 million shares accounted. Now this one here was pretty significant, but again that still was only on 736,000 shares. So as long as it holds this 73, 72 area down to 70, I'm okay with it. And we look for a continuation. If you look down here on the daily chart, and we pop back up to dollar, and maybe we go back up and test that 201, but that would really be a big long shot. So I'm not counting on that. I'm not going to hold my breath there. I got out of that OAS this morning, I told you, after it started pulling it. And, looking back, I actually could have made a few dollars on it. So, we bought them at $10, or I think $10. Yeah, and I sold them for $5 this morning. So, I took a 50% haircut. But, I mean, if you look at the open, obviously, hindsight, I don't like playing that game. You look right at the open, right? Yeah, you popped up for a second, and then it sold off for 15 minutes. So I was like, yeah, okay, and then I was like, yeah, I did the right thing, and then I go and look, and it moved up 15, 20 cents, but oh well, I'm okay with it. It's no big deal. Yeah, I know you finally got out of CDEV, thank goodness. Look at this CAR going again. Them and Hertz. I see Hertz. I was looking for more movement to the downside on Friday, and then here we popped up 80 cents today on it. Of course, they trade together. Car rental companies, Avis and Hertz. Everybody's heard of them. There was. Hold on a minute. I think some people this morning were trading this AXTI. Yeah, this morning there was 4:30 to trade on this pop here. It went sideways, and here we are getting another pop for power hour. What am I looking for out on this one? Test of 491. And yeah, I think we could do it this afternoon. So that might not be a bad little scalp if you guys are interested in that one. Let's look at that Tesla one. It won't be that that $45 one, Vinny. I'll tell you that one. I wish. Yes, I didn't take it. I know some other people did. Let's look at AYTU. Oh, back up to highs here. $2, but 206. Still not over those pre-market highs up here at 232. But again, look at the chart down here at the bottom. I mean, this thing does this all the time. And this is just the last month's chart. But it hasn't been in this range from about $1.83 down to, a dollar, let's say, over the last 2 months. So if it wants to break out here over 250, you could see a move to 3, but it would really have to get up there. But let's zoom way out on the long-term chart on this thing, right? I mean, these are all reverse splits, those little green dots at the bottom, and that's going back to 2015. So in other words, this thing can't keep its head above water, so they keep trying to add liquidity to the name and doing reverse splits to keep their shares above $1 to be able to trade on the exchanges. And what, 2, 3, 4, and looks like 5. They just did one a month ago. So they've had 5 reverse splits in 5 years, which is a lot. I mean, I've seen some where they've had 2 or 3 in 1 year, and I want to say it was dries or something else. But when you see something like this, as far as you don't want to hold it overnight. You can, again, do what you want, but I don't like to because the risk is too high. So you can day trade it, get your money, get in, get out. But I just don't like holding those overnight. And I mean, look all day too, right? On this AYTU. You had your little pop this morning. So you would have really had to size up. So that was the pre-market lows, but if you want to look at the open, I mean, really $1.85 is where it should be. So that it dipped down to $1.76 for a minute, then turned around, went up to $1. So it's just too choppy. There's no kind of clear direction on this. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about. MRK. So we were talking about, and I don't know what happened. Yeah, we got off on another tangent, and I apologize. Talking about earnings. Keurig Dr. Pepper after the bell. They're obviously, they make the coffee machine and distribute Dr. Peppers. It could be interesting, but again, people aren't going out as much, not drinking as much. I don't know, maybe coffee consumption has gone up, but the Dr. Peppers, I would think that part of the business would be going down. And those are the ones that are reporting after hours. NXPI, that's a big one. And if you look at the rest of the week, like tomorrow we got AMD, we have Google, we have Ford. Wednesday we got Facebook, Spotify. I mean, there's a bunch more. I'm just naming the top ones, and then you're showing here Amazon on Thursday. On Friday, May the 1st, you have Exxon, AbbVie, PCG, which is the big utility out in California that had those fire issues. So yeah, let's take a look at tomorrow morning before the bell. What's happening? You got AMD, Google, Ford, and Starbucks, Caterpillar. None of those are after, excuse me. But tomorrow, I just separated between before and after the bell, but tomorrow is going to be a big day. Let's take a highlight, quick peek at which ones are going in the morning. Pepsi. UPS. That'll tell us how, Amazon and all these other companies, kind of the state of the shipping industry, which I'm sure is going to be up. So look for a sympathy play with FedEx on UPS tomorrow if they report good numbers. They're running up ahead of the print right now. Caterpillar, yeah, I think that's going to be in a long-term decline because of the virus, the housing market, etc. They're not making as many bulldozers and backhoes, etc. Everything's slowing down, so it's rebounded with the other stocks, but I'm saying overall in the next 6, 12, 18 months. MRK Merck, 3M tomorrow, Southwest Airlines. Of course, we all know the airlines are going to be not have good earnings reports, and some of that may be already baked in. Obviously, when you 98% of the your business is gone, you can't expect to be doing too well. Look at all these are all companies just before the bell tomorrow. There's AMD and Google, and so tomorrow, let's look at I'm gonna AMD, Google, and Starbucks. Let's look at those right now. Hey, good afternoon, Glenn. Well, what you look at here, this is a quadruple bottom. Just pulled up AMD. Looky here. I expect them to report a good quarter. Nobody knows what their earnings are going to be unless you work for the company. You can't tell anybody else, obviously, until they report. But they're selling off a little bit here today. But I like their setup, and I also like gaming chips, semiconductors. Everybody's been stuck at home. They're playing video games. They're buying new laptops, etc. I like it. I like it. So I may look at some cheap, way out of the money calls on them. Yeah, I mean, that quadruple triple bottom right now looks good. I mean, like right this second. But I'm gonna look at some options on AMD. Appreciate everybody sticking around here this afternoon. Got one popping up over here. BSGM. Oh, this thing just came out of nowhere. What's the float on it? 19 million. It's popped up to 10. Wow. I'll take it out to the weekly here. Over 10 here could get real interesting. I mean, but this thing has run, look at this, from 250 a month ago all the way to 10. I mean, we're talking over 400% here. Very nice. I wonder if there's any catalyst. Let me see if I can find a catalyst for it. BSGM. Nothing right offhand that I see. And we'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to put an alert here at 1050. If it gets over 1050, I want to know about it. 1042, that's good enough. Yeah, it's getting up there right now. That is interesting, though. Huh. Hold on. I said over 1042. Here's 1042 right now. Should have picked up a quick 100 shares right there.
Attention,
$42 while I was waiting on the alert.
Been reached.
There's the alert right there. I'll tell you. Yeah, so it's not doing that much. CIECA. Oops, I put the wrong one. Yeah, definitely. I'm waiting on something else to load here. Well, I guess I'll have to restart. Well, good call. I hope some of you guys got it. BSGM, I obviously didn't take it.
Attention, an alert target has been reached.
Yeah, this is interesting here. But you see, we went all the way up there. I said, now I want you all to know, you guys heard it right here. I said, what did I say? I said, let me know over 1042. And what was the high? 1049. Boom. Pretty good, huh? Tesla back to 790. Thank you, Glenn. Just waiting on this other page to load here. I'm just going to take a deep breath and take a drink of tea. It takes a while to pull this up because it's got so much info on it, and I'll close out these other two pages. Yeah, AYTU is kind of a little bit sketchy there. Let's see, we'll pull this one back up. I apologize, guys. We'll get it here. I don't know what's going on with it, why it keeps crashing here. So the minute you want to do this is what it's tough for me to live stream a day trade because you do all this and then I don't know, everything's working just fine, and all of a sudden there's some big problem. But thanks for guys for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Attention.
Yeah, it's definitely manipulative.
An alert target has been reached.
Thanks, Lou. What's everybody else trading right now? Anything? You guys want me to pull up any particular stocks? I'm just waiting on this to pull up here. Nothing?
Attention. An alert target has been reached. Attention. An alert target has been reached.
So I'm just pulling up my scans here. Come on here. Let's go.
Attention. An alert target has been reached.
All right. I don't know what's going on. Every time I close out this particular tab, the other one closes. And I have no clue why. What's going on with Y10? I saw it earlier. It's a good setup. Well, I guess this isn't much of a live power hour day trading, guys. I apologize. Maybe it'll come up this time here. Let's see. I'll be daggone, it worked that time finally. Well, that bound beat's been holding down here. It's 335. Elvin and Glenn are in here. At least somebody likes me. I don't know. I guess I know too much or don't talk enough. I don't know what the deal is, but if you're in here, you're going to learn something. That's all I got to say. You may not learn nothing here in the last 10 minutes while my software was acting up. Nordstrom's popping back up again. I like this setup here, man. I see these patterns. Every stock I pull up has the same pattern. I mean, the whole market has done the same thing, obviously. Most stocks follow the market. I will tell you that one stock that does not follow the market is Tesla. I mean, so to speak, if the market's really going up or really going down, yes, the Tesla will follow suit. But, it's like a real low float small cap stock. Excuse me, where they kind of do their own thing. Like, okay, look at the pattern here on Tesla, right? From, here's the kind of mid-March bottom. We popped up, down, and then back up, whereas most stocks, you went back down. There's your 200. And then you're just now coming back to retest it. Well, what did Tesla do? It dropped, popped up, came back down, and then took off. And here we are back at 800. And again, all these lines are, I trade Tesla a lot. They're from, previous analyses. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So, you go back here to early February. That's when it kind of was at $600, and in 2 days it went from 600 up to almost 1,000. Anyway, this big candle here, the top of that was 845. The bottom here it's 682. Well, not the bottom there, but that's kind of relating to this particular candle now. But this move here, it pulled in. I bought calls on it this morning. I was going to on Friday, but I didn't. I hesitated. And anyway, I bought the 900 calls on Tesla. And right now the stock's right up here just under 800. So if we clear over here this 807, and I know it's higher priced, and Tesla options are very expensive, but I'm just talking strictly technical analysis right now. I'm not talking how expensive the stock is, how inexpensive it is. So, again, on here, I trade a little bit of everything. And you're going to learn. Just follow along, subscribe, and come back again. You're definitely going to learn. So, and no, I won't be building a warehouse for you guys